Hi everyone. In this video, we'll talk about whether Airbnb or long-term rentals are more profitable. And it really depends on a bunch of factors. To start with, if your place is very difficult to get to, I would just do a long-term rental. Cut to the chase on that one. If it's not easy to explain how to get there, if you're not near a train station or a bus stop that's easy to find, then long-term rental really is your choice. In terms of profit, Airbnb is much, much more profitable. Just is. It's a lot more money. Offers higher nightly rates. And of course, you can make a lot of money during seasonal demand periods, perhaps around Christmas time if you're in the right area, or summertime if you're in the right area. But long-term rentals, of course, are consistent money. Airbnb, you cannot rely on it totally. We do Airbnb for 2 of our properties and long-term rental for 1. Long-term rental is good because it's steady. And if we ever lose our Airbnb account, we get banned, then I would go to long-term rental. But for the other 2 properties, we have 4 properties in Japan. 1 we live in, of course, and we don't Airbnb it because I want to keep my sanity. But if you like having people in your house, then you could use your own house, and I encourage you to do that. But we have 2 properties that we can use, and I can communicate at the Airbnb app, which is great for me. So Kevin keeps his sanity, which is good. But yeah, you may want to meet lots of people from all over the world. There are good points to it. And I enjoyed when I hosted in-house with people coming in. I did enjoy having beers together and things like that. And I still occasionally do, especially if guests reach out and ask me. So Airbnb, there are a lot of costs that you have to consider. But long-term rentals, generally it's lower operating costs. The really nice thing about long-term rentals is you don't have to do the day-to-day management. Right now, it's Golden Week in Japan. It's early May. We have a lot of guests, which is great, making lots of money. But every time I log on to a device, I check for messages. I check for messages from guests. I check for messages from my staff. I have a staff of 5. So I'm kind of on call, even though it's a holiday. So that kind of sucks, to be honest. But I'm making lots of money, so that's the nice part of it. But you're basically sort of on call all the time. So that's the drawback of Airbnb. But you make a lot more money than long-term rentals. Airbnb, of course, is riskier. You having different people coming by. That's why a lot of landlords don't want to do arbitrage with you, because just all these different people coming, and really you do get all kinds of guests. Most guests are great, but you get the occasional one who's just terrible and they're stupid, and they'll one guest almost started a fire in our place. So you're always risking that. So a long-term renter, it's a lot less risk, but a lot less money, as I've said many times. Another nice thing about Airbnb is if you want to stay there, you can just block off some of the dates and go there to stay. One of our Airbnbs is our dream house. It came on a ship from Canada to Japan. It's a beautiful house that was made in British Columbia. So yeah, if we want to go stay there, we can block off some dates and do that. But with a long-term rental, of course, you can't tell people to get out because you want to stay there. So yeah, really think about the pros and cons. In terms of money, though, Airbnb is the number 1. It's good. Long-term rental, not as much money, but less hassle. Thank you for watching.